Someone, guys. I think sometimes we read things on social media, or let me rather say I read things on social media, and I'm like, no man, this is not real life. Like obviously social media tends to overhype certain things, like this thing doesn't exist. And then like we'll share on a group, and then you get to start seeing different opinions of people, and for the past 2 days, I've been speaking to people, ladies in particular as well, about this tweet, and it's just been so interesting hearing my opinions. I'm gonna read the tweet and then I want to unpack my views on it. So this guy on Twitter, he's called Recenter or Swiss France or something. He says, so I was supposed to go on a date today. The girl chose a restaurant at Melrose Arch. So for those that aren't based in Joburg, Melrose Arch is an area very, very high class with a lot of restaurants, so it's very high class. So she chose a restaurant in Melrose Arch, even though she lives in Pretoria. So Melrose Arch is in the north of Joburg. Pretoria is an hour from that place. I live in Midrand. I told her I'd meet her at the restaurant, but she said I was supposed to pick her up. She expected me to drive all the way to Pretoria, then take her to the restaurant in Melrose Arch, and obviously take her back to Pretoria after the date. Of course, I said nah, because it didn't make sense to me. And just like that, the talking stage ended. I liked her, but I was not willing to inconvenience myself like that, especially when we're not even in a relationship. These days, it feels like being in a relationship requires compromising to a point of ignoring logic. And that's something I'm not willing to do. It's fine if you think I'm wrong, but kungcono siyeke, if that's how you think, or if that's how things work. So this is the guy, he tweeted this. And then a lady, Lee Masilo, like they quoted the tweet, and then she responded her opinion on top of this guy's initial tweet. And then she says, you didn't like her enough, and that's okay. You cannot put logic above courtesy, especially if you're courting her or courting someone. Were you not trying to make an impression? Asking someone on a date and telling them you'd find him there is deplorable. And then she says, I don't know this language. I'm assuming that you like booty or something along those lines. So again, guy, lady meant to go on their first date. She wants a restaurant an hour from the place. He says, let's meet each other there. She says, come pick me up and then drop me off after. People say, or this lady said in responsibility, you can't do that. Guys, I've said so many times that the dating market is fucked up in this country. You hear all the time our sisters say men are trash. You hear all the time our brothers are complaining. I've given my 2 cents. I've always said first date should be a walk. And the reason why I say this is because it manages expectations. It manages expectations. I think this guy dodged the bullet, and I think the lady dodged the bullet. What do I mean by that? Clearly, the sister has certain expectations on a first date. Clearly, the guy has expectations on the first date, but they don't meet each other at that point. It's so crazy because initially when I'm reading this, I'm like, first date, yes, much. Driving, so I fetch you from Pretoria, bring you, in my mind. Because I'm like, there's no way I'm driving from my place, 45 minutes to come pick you up, drive an hour to Melrose, from Melrose pay for a dinner that might cost me 1,500, 2,000 rand, whatever the case may be, drive all the way an hour to your place, then drive all the way to my, there's no way. To me. And I'm busy unpacking this with some sisters and stuff like that. And the sisters are like, yeah, you should have drove there. Of course you should have drove there. I'm like, what? In my mind, because they're in the talking stage. No, it's a guy who must do this. He must have. And I'm like, wow. And it's so crazy because, again, you start speaking to different people and you realize very, very quickly where everybody is in their lives. It's crazy because when I started speaking a lot of older sisters who are married, sisters who are in relationships, those sisters were like, where's what? It was just she's crazy. When I'm speaking to a lot of younger sisters, that was the expectation. When I'm speaking to a lot of single ladies, that was the expectation. When I was speaking to a lot of men in their 30s and older, those men were like, "Guy, that's crazy. There's no fucking way." When I was speaking to guys in their 20s, guys in their 20s kept on saying, "Hey, bruh, that guy should have just Ubered her to the restaurant. Ubered her to the restaurant, go," and I'm like, what is happening? What? Guys, the dating market is fucked. To say. And the people that messed it up is men. Men have fucked up the dating market. Weak Simps has fucked up the dating market. When did we ever get to this point? And I'm chatting to guys on the group, and I'm like, I'm not the guy who in a club is buying these girls like bottles and shot. I'm not the guy. Sorry, give me zero. And I'm actually like, yeah, it's when you're in the club, buying these elements from my way. Never me. If you ever see me spending money and you see a sister, just know it's either my partner, it's my mother, it's my sister. I'm spending money, go sissy, that I don't. But gents are doing that. Amachita are doing that. They're spending money, but Tengelo some ice tropez. But it just blows my mind. So clearly this lady, by merely suggesting a Melrose and being picked up, that's her expectation. And that's what she's used to. Because you don't just, out of nowhere. That's what she's used to. Some people have said that as a criteria. Or there's someone has said with you, at the beginning, this is what you want. Whether it was social media, whether it was movies, whether it was actually guys that she's been on first dates before. Maybe that's the expectation. Or go to, look, this is the situation. They pick me up. They take me to fancy restaurant. Shop. If that's what she's used to, then she must be with those guys. But those guys have messed up the dating pool, because those guys should have then kept her. Because now you've left her there with these unrealistic expectations. For who to deal with her? For who? If you're the guy who's busy buying these random girls ice tropez and bottles of Verve and this and that, and that's her expectation on budget when it comes to club, now she's actually interested in a guy who might not have the financial muscle to do that. And now her boyfriend is under pressure. Her boyfriend is trying to pay rent. Her boyfriend is trying to pay for the car. Her boyfriend is trying to build a future for them. But now she's also got an expectation, because from when she was 20 up until she was 28, guys were buying her bottles of champagne and blah, blah, blah. That's an expectation. And guys, it goes two ways about this. It goes two ways, because it's the same thing about these sisters that are giving ass on the first date. Because now it just gives an idea or an expectation with you. Well, I normally buy girls a bottle and then I get ass. So you have so many men who are entitled and expect ass on the first date, because some sisters have just given it up. So guys don't know how to work for it anymore. Guys are throwing money at these girls, giving them free money. And then the girls are giving them free ass. And that's now the norm. That's the standard. So now a good girl who's saying to a guy, no, I'm happy just to sit down and have a coffee. We'll have a conversation. I'll meet you there. It's fine. The guy who's used to getting bum on the first date still has those expectations. So now it's like, oh, but manje, mobile pela, how? Girl's like, I don't understand what's happening. Then she goes, you know what? I'm struggling here. Or the guy who's an amazing guy, great guy, he gets taken for a ride. Because he's like, look, I want to build something. I'm trying to go somewhere. And the problem is she's just using him as a cash cow, because all she knows is that she'll be with this guy for a month, 2 months, use his money and then move. Then you have real amazing people, amazing men, amazing women who are actually stuck in limbo because they actually don't know where to go. They don't know how to move. I was speaking to the nicest guy, he's in his 20s, the nicest guy. And he's busy saying, hey, coach, he took a lady, they went for a hike, they went for breakfast, and then they went 50-50 on the bill. And then he never saw her again, and she never responded. She ghosted. And it was that. And he realized that because now he doesn't do that anymore, and there's continuation. And I'm like, where are you finding these girls? Where are you finding these girls that aren't meeting you halfway? Where are you finding these girls that have these high expectations? Teen, as a machita, we need to take responsibilities. Us as the older guys have gone and fucked up society because we're the ones that are buying these young girls' bottles. Therefore, they are age mates who can't financially handle that. The expectation when it comes to dating at a certain time is going to fall on them. And they're going to be under pressure. So now, Teen as a machita, we go to toxic spaces, pick up toxic girls, and then when toxic girls act toxically, then we say girls are rubbish and they're useless. Wena uhambile wafuna ukuyojola islay queen esifuna ukuthi date 1 near Melrose umlandi. Uyena lo mchita. And then the same girl is going to give him troubles after 2 weeks and he's going to come and cry to us. Our sisters go to the same clubs, and pick up amachita abadaye ekhanda, amachita ashanga ama-nose ring, amachita abathengela amabhodlela, and I know, but he's such a nice guy. Umchita who was expecting bump date 1, you gave him bump date 1. You know what, this guy is a red flag. You chose to date this guy. This guy does exactly what you expected him, and then you say men are trash. There's no good guys out there. How are you going to go find a good guy in toxic spaces? Yes, I know there's people that just go out there to have a good time, and I'm generalizing. Don't get touched. I'm talking about people that live in toxicity, that think in toxicity, that breathe, that wear toxicity. We know them. Girls that look a specific way, you want to date them, and then you want to get touched when that sister, that exact same type of thinking sister says she needs 6,000 rand for a weave. Then you're emotional. When she says, hey, my baby, I just need a new phone. Please, can you get me the new iPhone 15? Then you get emotional. You chose this person. All the people that you saying, there's no good guys, you say they are boring. There's no good girls. She's lame. There's thousands. I know so many amazing people, amazing women, amazing men. But when people say, please, can you hook up me? Penson, do you have any great friends? I want a good guy. I'm tired of dating this. And I say, I can tell you here's a good guy, but you know what you'll say? We are poor. Do you know what you'll say? He's lame. Do you know what you say? He doesn't have money. That's what you'll say. That's what you'll say. Because the guy who's so exciting, the guy who's got the cash, the guy's got this, you're going to say is trash because he uses money to lure you. Machita, if you used money, if money is what you used to attract a girl, to attract her, whether you're buying a bottle, you're flying her here, you're driving her to these restaurants, if you're using money to attract, why are you shocked when in the relationship that's what she's expecting? Why are you shocked? You didn't use your mind. You didn't use your kind spirit. So why are you shocked when in the relationship she becomes exactly what you attracted? You attracted that. Sisters, if you're using your body, you know, look at my titties, look at my ass. If you're using your body and he's attracted to look, his eyes, that's what you used. Why are you shocked when he sees other things and he wants that as well? Why are you shocked? You didn't use your mind to attract him. You didn't use your kind spirit to attract him. That's what you used. You used very, very flimsical, very shallow things. So you're going to attract shallow people. You're going to attract shallow people. If you're a guy and you say to a lady on the first date, hey, look, and you meet her in those boring spaces, and then you say, because you know where the boring spaces, because they differ from person to person. Some people might say it's church, some people might say it's gym, some people might say it's work. At work, he's a nice guy at work. Whatever it is, the way you meet the guys that you say are boring, or the girls that you say are boring, you go and you say, no man, I'd like for us to take a walk. And she says, oh yeah, where would you? Oh, just the botanical gardens, free, we'll meet. Okay, we'll meet each other there on Saturday morning, we'll see you at 9. You guys take a walk for 2 hours. And then you guys separate. How? Sends your WhatsApp, got home safely. Thank you so much for a walk. Great chat. You know, I still disagree with the way that you look at ban. And you know, little banter, nyana. Okay, sharp, can't wait for the next one. Oh, okay, no, I'm available tomorrow. We'd like to have, I'm available. Let's have coffee. You meet up for coffee. You guys meet up there. All of a sudden, you guys are building a foundation that is not based on nonsensicals. You know, because now, before you get her bum, you need to first get this and her chats and her spirits, because you guys are talking and walking for 2 hours. You guys are sitting ahead of each other. There's no piano, what. You hear coffee, talking to each other, engaging. So you need to know are your spirits aligned before there's any bam or anything. Once you get to know this person, you realize this is an amazing person internally. Obviously, the looks, I'm not saying now go get a dungeon dragon, but again, you attract this person's mind, their heart, their spirit. You know. And yeah, there might be people who might fake it, but you can only fake it for so long. You do those things, let's say 2-3 dates, and then you guys can take it a step further. Not listen to this, oh, Steve Harvey, no, don't give him bum for 90 days, but Sissy must take his money. Umchita's going to feel hot then. Now, Sissy, Siswam, you play silly games, you win silly prizes. We know this. So now, You have put a guy, wanted him to drive there. He's taken his car, 500 rand petrol. What driver came to fetch you? Spent another 1.5 at the dinner, dropped you off there. Guys, in this world, we live in a world where there's value proposition. When you go to a store, you say, here's my 10 rand, can I get a can of Coke? It's an exchange. There's value proposition. You might act stupid like, oh no, I was just there. No, that's how life works. Get that, men, women, get that through your guys' thick skulls. Out of nothing comes nothing. So if a person is giving you something for free magic, that's a red flag. That's meant to be a red flag because out of nothing comes nothing. Hey, coach Yesula. Out of nothing comes nothing. So again, there's no man that will take 2.5 thousand rand of his hard-earned money invested in you for that day on that first date and not have crazy expectations. He doesn't have small expectations. I'm going to tell you, hug me, kiss on the cheek. He can get bumps in mid-trend. Oh, come on. But at the same time, he's put in a 2.5. What do you think his expectations are? What do you think his expectations are? Like as an adult who's logical, generally speaking. Come on, guys. Come on. And I'm watching this, I'm like, this is such a microcosm of society. Because society is in disaster. And it's so crazy because I'm speaking to a lot of older guys who are saying they'd never date a girl like that. But they are the problem because they are the ones that take those girls, do that, smash them, and then drop them off for 20-year-olds to be now, 25-year-old men to now be trying to be courteous. Oh, let's go for a restaurant for dinner for our first date. She's used to Melrose Arch because I'm a cheater, I'm tata, I'm flirting him, davaz, get up Uber when we're pitol. We've broken our sisters, it's us as men. It's these loser simps that are using money. No, we don't build relationships with money. No, that's not the foundation. We come together, yes, money is just a tool. It's a tool. It's not what it is. It's a tool. Guys, lento le esiyenza in society siyayibulala man. Nani bosisi lento angicabangeni kahle. Angicabangeni kahle. Man ngifuna ama good guy, labo ama good guy ngifuna ukuthi bayo spend a date one. We still in the talking stage. At least if I was reading a tweet and this guy was saying, "Hey, my girlfriend was being a little bit unreasonable." She was like, hey, okay, but anibona ngibamseka kanjani ngoba sinyajola. Okay, but Benson, when you said that you're not going to buy a bottle of Verve, I want Mrs. Mariam, Mrs. Not guys. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think it's just absolute crap. The expectations are so high on both ends, again, in today's current time, that also spirits are asking for the world and camouflaging it and saying it's courteous just because Babu building the beautiful, or they're watching some of these celebrities or these fake blessers on social media, so they think that's the standard. Nati Machita, let's do better. Let's do better, because the guys who are coming below us, coming below me, Machita, who are in their earlier 20s, they are struggling to find quality partners because our sisters have unrealistic expectations. And then what's worse is that when the sisters get into the 30s, now they've realized how life works. Tina, who messed them up, now they're in their mid-30s. Now we don't want to date them as well because we say they used and abused. But who used and abused them? Us as well. So Machita, come on. Let me know what you guys think. Let's try and be respectful. If I offended anyone, share the video far and wide if you think people can benefit and it can be a conversational starter. Like this video, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, hit the notification bell. And food. I'm sorry, but anyway, have yourselves a fantastic day.